Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin, hope you spend a little time with me.
Hi everybody, this is Rick. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Hi everybody, sorry I've been remiss in posting videos, but it has been hunting season. That's now over, and I've been shoveling snow. But with Thanksgiving coming up soon, I want to show you how I do a smoked beer butt turkey on my Traeger. So here are the things that I'm going to need. George and I have decided that we're going to use the Foster's this year, so that's the beer that we're going to be using. Here is the Bird of Honor, and this is how I make the brine, and this is my briner. So stick around, I'll show you how I do it. In the interest of brevity and my attempts at being quick, clean, cheap, and efficient, I'm not going to show you all of the ingredients that I poured into the stock pot, but they're listed below. But they're briefly apple juice, cider vinegar, brown sugar, salt, pepper. And I am going with George this time. He likes ginger, I like cinnamon, ground clove, crushed garlic cloves, bay leaves, rosemary, and oranges. So that's what we have in the pot, and I'm going to bring that to a boil and let it steep just a little while, and then turn it off and let it come to room temperature. Then we'll put that in the brine pot, put the turkey in, and then fill it with cold water. So that's what we're doing. Here are the ingredients I just listed in the stock pot, and they're on the stove, and I'm bringing them up to a boil. I'm starting it kind of slowly because part of the ingredients are brown sugar, and I don't want to put them on too high a burner because that might scorch it a little bit. So it's coming slowly to a boil, and then I'll steep it for about 5 or 10 minutes and then turn it off and let it come to room temperature. Here is the guest of honor, and I'll put him in the briner bucket. Fits nicely. Perfect. These briners come with two sizes, a little one and a big one. And so we will, we're going to use the big one. I don't think he'd fit in there. Anyway, I took him apart, cleaned him up, washed him off, removed the little plastic thingy around his legs, the gizzards in the inner and the neck, and those will go in a plastic bag or in a Ziploc and into the refrigerator, into the freezer, and I'll use those for stock in the future, as well as these little pop-up dinghies that I don't use. So anyway, the bird is in there. The brine is at room temperature, so I'm going to just add it in. Okay, that's all in there, and I need to add a little bit of more water to get him completely submerged, and then I'll stick him out in the back room, which doesn't have any heat. And the weather we've been having around here has been about maybe 35, maybe up to 40 during the daytime, but at night it's been down around in the single digits. So the back room is perfect for just leaving this, so I don't have to put it in a refrigerator. But if you live in a more tropical areas than I do, put this in the refrigerator for 48 hours and it'll be ready to go. Well, I just took the briner with the turkey out of the back room, and now I'm going to take it out and wash it off and dry it down, and then put it in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 hours before it goes on the Traeger. Hopefully it will fit on the Traeger. If not, we're going to take it over to George's house, and he's got a smoker that's a little taller than my Traeger. Anyway, I want to show you this briner because it's kind of a neat little gadget, and thanks to Russ Jones over at Smoky Ribs, he's the one that showed it to me, or I saw it on one of his videos, and so I got it. And it's a really nice, nice little bucket. So let me reposition the camera here and I'll show you what it's all about. This is the briner. And take the top off and put it over here. The turkey is now in the brine. It has this a top, and the top fits in these slots to keep it down and keep whatever you're brining underwater. You give it a little twist and the top comes right out, just like that. Okay, the turkey is now on the Traeger. Well, it's on George's machine right now, and we have it brined, and I put some Chupacabra seasoning on it, so it's ready to go. We're using a meter thermometer to monitor the internal temperature of the turkey. So go ahead, George, put it in. That'll work. Okay, the bird is in the Green Mountain Grill. Didn't fit in the Traeger, but it fit in here, barely. So anyway, we've got it on there now. We're cooking it around 300, 325, something like that. So it's going to take about 3 hours, and then we'll pull it off, and when we get there, I'll show you where we are. Now, to make Hassleback potatoes, you need to cut them about every 1/8 of an inch or so, but not completely through. So what I've done is I've taken a couple of wooden spoons, and I'll put them right here, and that'll give me a depth gauge, so to speak. So we'll go down here and we'll cut right down to the wooden spoon, and it'll stop. So you want to cut it about every 1/8 inch or so. Looks like it's working pretty well. And one more. Come on. There we go. Now when we start to cook this, we're going to fan this out just a little bit, and we're going to drizzle butter and spices in between. And then we're going to bake them in the oven. So that's how we do it. So George is working on the Brussels sprouts right now. Say hi, George.
Hello.
And over on the right side, over here, is the Hassleback potatoes that I'm working on. So we have a production line going. So I have the potatoes drizzled with olive oil. Now I'm going to put melted butter, salt, and pepper, and then stick them in a preheated 425 degree oven for about 30 minutes, and then we'll do one more step, a little bit more butter and stuff like that, and then continue to cook them until they're done. George is doing the Brussels sprouts, and they're going to get drizzled with olive oil and
A little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and we're going to pop them in the oven at about 325, 350. Give them about 30 minutes and they should be done.
So there you go. Hope you paid attention. There's Thomas, all ready to go. Just about ready to carve him up, and I've got the Brussels sprouts and the Hassleback potatoes in the oven, ready to come out as soon as I get the bird carved up a little bit. So, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and thanks for joining me at my Idaho cabin.
Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Thanks for spending time with me.